There's a reason why detachment draws people to you more than getting attached consistently throughout in any area of life. The more you want something, the more creepy you come across. The more you want something, the less leverage you have. As you can see here, this girl really wants this guy, but she doesn't know how to detach. Granny taught her the wrong strategies, and what she needs is someone to tell her exactly how to detach and exactly how it affects and triggers a man's emotions, right? Because it does trigger it in the positive. Attachment sometimes triggers the negative things in the guy that makes you look desperate. This type of detachment isn't a type where you can't make connections, but it's more so the type that you're able to connect with people and walk away. If you're able to communicate that in subtle ways, not verbally, then you almost create almost like an aura, right? An aura is really much, when we think of an aura, we think of really a person who creates an emotional reaction in us. They create a desire to be with them, a desire to share your life with them. And this is created through detachment, right? And this is why psychologists tend to have clients that fall in love with them. This is why a lot of spiritual leaders who are detached, who teach but keep a distance from their students, this is why a lot of them tend to, like a lot of students fall in love with them, right? Because of this. So we're gonna talk about the different ways that you're gonna detach and how it triggers a man's emotions, okay? And if you guys want to learn how to do that, well, purchase a one-on-one session with me today. Today's the last day to get 20% off my coaching calls and 50% off my courses. Get 20% off with the coupon code BLACK, and you'll be able to talk to me today, and I'll teach you how to apply these strategies. Okay, so the first one is that don't be afraid to get hurt. Now, the reason why I put that first is because whenever you date in a cautious way, whenever you date to avoid getting hurt, you make mistakes. All of the mistakes that you make is because you don't want to get hurt. You have to realize that life is really mostly about how to deal with pain. It's really mostly about how to recover from pain. If you don't know how to recover from pain, well, eventually most of your relationships are literally going to be painful relationships. You have to walk into the situation knowing that things might not work out. Is that if things don't work out, it's totally fine, right? There's nothing wrong with losing. There's nothing wrong with getting pain. Because in my last video about Let It Be, I talked about how even if you lose, learning how to recover has more benefits than losing the thing that you lost, unless it's a family member, right? Like every time you lose a job, if you recover properly, you always get a better job. It's all about your attitude, right? And your attitude should be that it's okay to get hurt because you'll be able to recover from it, right? The next one is let them show you that they want you. Let them show you they want you. If you have any doubt as to whether or not they want you, don't do nothing. Let them show you that they want to be with you. Let them make the first move. Let them initiate. All you got to do is say, yes, Poppy. All you got to do is just say, yes, Poppy. You don't have to do spinneroonies or backflips or moonwalks. All you have to do is observe if a guy's paying attention and let him make the first move. If he's shy, well, then smile at him. But just make sure that you don't make the first move. Because detachment is all about wanting something, but letting it go away. Wanting something, but being able to walk away. This is how you do it. And because every time somebody likes you, they make it obvious. It's obvious that they want you, right? So when they don't want you, it's confusing. You don't know if they like you. Go for the 100% certainty that they want you. Anything less than that, you're just being needy as fuck, right? Now, the next one here is let them break your heart. No, no. Let them break your rules. You have to have boundaries. A lot of times we lower our rules, we lower our standards because we're afraid that they're gonna break the rules and you're gonna have to hold on to your boundaries, meaning you're gonna have to walk away. And a lot of times, a lot of people are afraid of having rules, because sometimes having those rules means that you're going to have to walk away, that you're going to have to not get that high from them, not get that validation. And a lot of the times that's what really we are addicted to. And this, when you have this, when you let them break your rules, you show a guy that you have self-respect. And a guy can sense that there are boundaries. And above all, a guy will have a fear of breaking those rules. This is the ultimate form of respect. Not that they love you. That is not respect. It's the fact that they fear losing you. That's the type of detachment. That's what detachment does to a guy, is the fact that he knows that even if you love him, you're still someone who's able to have rules and maintain it. Yes, I wanted to see you really badly today, but boy, were you disrespectful last night. I'm sorry, as much as I want to go to that dinner, I just don't. I need some space. And if you're the one type of person that really wants to see him, then you're going to find this unbearable. Now, the next one is this one. Let them see your anger or fury. Now, we're not talking about Bronx mode. When they disrespect you, then you show them the anger. Then you show them the contained rage. Not Bronx mode, contained rage. When you have boundaries, sometimes when you don't want them to break the rules, you'll literally say, it's okay, don't worry about it. If you're late, it's no big deal. So you don't let them break the rules because you keep moving the goalposts. When they break the rules and they see your anger, this triggers a sense of desire for you. I know. Your anger becomes hot, right? The willingness to walk away, the tension that you give off when you're angry, the energy looks hot in a guy, looks hot to a guy. And so what would happen is that a lot of the times, sometimes guys do this to see this. That's true. That's really true, right? Because they find it attractive. It's really attractive when they never see your angry side. It's like seeing an angry puppy, right? You're like, okay, I'm sorry, puppy, but man, are you cute looking angry, right? The next one is let them do all the work. What I mean all the work, I mean in the beginning, as you're getting to know someone, let them woo you. Let them think about whether or not they've won you over. Why is that? Well, because the type of detachment that we talk about gives a guy the sensation that he has you, but maybe not for next week. You love him, but if you fuck up, I'll leave you. Hey, I'm the woman and you're the one who's supposed to impress me. That don't mean that you don't give him gift. That don't mean that you don't treat him nicely. That don't mean that you don't cook for him, that you don't give him that motherly love. That don't mean that. But at least in the beginning, let them do all the work. Let them show you they want you. This is detachment. If you don't see them do work, then that's a sign it's not meant to be. That's detachment right there. You want it. You're like, okay, I hope you do something. You're waiting. God damn, he's not doing nothing? Fuck. I'm not gonna chase. He says he wants to see me and he's not doing nothing, then I'm not gonna chase. That's detachment. That type of detachment draws men to you, right? Now the next one is let them have their flaws. Now there are flaws that are forgivable and flaws that are not forgivable. What I mean by flaws, sometimes people are insecure and they need some validation from you. Sometimes some guys need a good night text. Sometimes some guys need you to tell them you love them, even though you love them, even though they know that you love them. But sometimes their insecurities, they need extra validation. You know what's funny? A lot of women nowadays, they see that as, why do you need that? Why can't you man up? Let them have their flaws. Because you're going to have your flaws and you're going to want him to understand you. That is a form of detachment. It's a detachment from you wanting to be your own way completely. And when you understand this person has flaws, not the fact that he likes to cheat, but flaws meaning that he doesn't know how to control his emotions sometimes and he needs some space. And then you realize through observation, oh my God, Tyrone, the happy guy, needs some space. He tenses up. Let me give him that space. You don't try to say, man, why can't you change? Man, why can't you change your flaws? No, your love for him tries to cater to his needs in a reasonable way. In a reasonable way, though. An example is with my mom. I used to not understand why my mom always wanted me to send her a good night text. And my mom, stop it, man. It's no big deal. And and what I realized as I got older is like, Alexis, you love your mom, right? I'm like, yeah. You want to see her happy? I'm like, yeah. If you know that makes her happy, even if you don't want to do it, why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you? Why are you wanting her to change? She's the way that she is. Give her that extra text. It's no big deal. This makes you happy. If you know this makes her happy, then do it for herself. I'm learning that, and I learned that because I date people and I see my flaws as I have relationships, and I realize that that's one of my flaws. That I don't understand that some people just are more needy, and that's okay. And I shouldn't look down on that. I should actually, if I love them, that becomes the part that I fall in love with, right? Now, the next one is kind of similar to this. Is that let them have some space. Space. Too many of us really don't understand this part, right? And that's that sometimes when we like people, we don't want to give them space because it makes us feel insecure, right? And what you have to realize is that if you love someone, you give them that space because that's just being selfish. And usually it's because you're just too insecure to give them all of that space that you want them to have, right? Sometimes people get offended when you want space, and that's the issue. Is that it shouldn't offend them. It should actually make them understand you more. It's a compromise that you both go to. And if you guys cannot compromise, then that's problematic, right? Now, the next one is let them see your dark side. Don't hide with just the positive things in you, right? Show them your flaws. Your dark side comes out when you detach. When you stop trying to be perfect and you allow people even to see your dark, angry side, what happens is that you guys begin to work on it. If you guys are healthy, you guys will literally begin to help each other out to overcome your dark side, to overcome your flaws, right? The next thing is that let them see your cold side also. When they fuck up, also have a side that causes you to not want to see them. Have a side that says, you know what, man, you were being very disrespectful. I need some distance from you. A lot of the times, someone like me, I'm a very nice person, and I have a tough time staying mad at people. That's actually a real thing. I genuinely struggle staying mad at people because that's just in my nature, right? And so when somebody makes a mistake and I'm dating them, right, and they do something that could be seen as disrespectful, like I have the rationality to understand it's no big deal, but then I forget that sometimes, even if it's no big deal, you have to set an example, right? You have to put them in their place, if that makes any sense, right? Without being too sexist, okay? Now, let's talk about the next one. This is actually a really important one right here. Let's zoom in right here, right? Okay. The next one is let them know, let them see that you know how to suffer without them. A man likes to believe that without them you're miserable. Nothing makes a man more insecure and makes them want to hold on to you no more if they know that in your absence, they're still going to be happy. That they know that if you walk away, they're still going to be happy. And a lot of guys don't like that. And what happens is that, yes, they do value you more. When they think that you're going to fucking cry and suffer without them, a lot of the times guys get more aggressive, they get more cocky because they know you can't walk away. You got to let them know that you're able to recover. How do you do that? Well, you have your friends, F and F. FFM. Friends, family, and meditation. Friends, right? Look, people, it just happened that way. I don't know. Friends, family, and meditation. If you have those three things, then they'll sense that you could walk away and still be happy. That pisses them off, right? The next one is that let them see that you are happy. Let them see that you're happy. Once they leave you, one of the best ways to get a guy back is to make sure that they know you're happy. Jesus Christ, that makes guys angry. They're like, fuck, man, she's happy. Fuck, man, the fuck, right? And that is when they know that you're somebody who's content, I'm telling you, the male ego, they want you to suffer for them. So it's hard to come to those to come to that understanding that you could be happy without them. And so what it does is that they don't take you for granted as much. They don't take you for granny as much because they know that you have other options. It's not other options like cheating, but that you have an ecosystem of positive emotions. You make me happy, but if you walk away, then I got this person, I got my therapist, I got my mom, I got my brother, I got this or that. And that makes a guy say, you know what? Let me behave around her. It's the threat of leaving and happiness that sometimes makes a guy behave a little bit more, right? Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to work with me one-on-one, go to mindfulattraction.org, and then you'll be able to book a one-on-one phone call with me and check out my courses, The Feminine Woman. It's a course that I created for women who are, it's more so like a self-help course, right? If you want to learn how to set your goals, tap into your inner masculine without becoming a Terminator, you guys can purchase that course and you can get 50% off that course only today. 50% off all of my courses only today. 50% off the bundles only today. All right, do that now or else I'm cooking some steak later on. Take care.